Hey, good morning, everyone. Dan the Glass Man here. Once again, we are doing our weekly update on our plants. Um, first off, before we get started, I wanted to share with you something new. I planted last week, and I just realized a few babies coming up. So this is coriander seeds, which grow into cilantro, and so the cilantro is growing in a really tall self-watering system that I just made. So this is at least 8 inches deep, probably about nine or more. And it has a reservoir on the bottom. Basically, it's uh, two 2 liter bottles. This one is inverted with the top here. Let me just show you real quick. So this one is the top with the there's a wick. It's like a chamois cloth, and it goes up about an inch into the soil, an inch or two into the soil, not too deep. I'd say somewhere about in here. Let me see, like in this region right here, probably about that deep. And so there's water on the bottom here. So all I have to do is lift this up, fill that with water, and then leave it alone. And right now you can see that the water is I think the water level is right at the cap. And so that's pretty much where you want it to be. You don't want to fill it up too much more than that. So we'll see how long that this self-watering system lasts in between watering intervals. One other thing, I don't know if you guys ever watch my whole cats versus plants stuff, but let me just do a quick show and tell for you here. But I've laid out a gauntlet to try to save the plant. So as you can see, this one is finally being saved and not smashed. You can see these are finally trying to grow, although I just noticed this one is bent, so they must have come up here and bent that one. This one here, I noticed yesterday that the cat actually had tried to lay in the backside over here, knocked over the plants over here, so woke up with plants, but today I woke up and there's no plants. And also look, they've won. I've given them a whole nother area up here. So now instead of fighting with them, they can just have this whole area. And look, we got more skewers ready so I can put them in these other plants here and hopefully they won't mess with them anymore. But and they're not stepping on any of this. So as you can see, nothing is falling over or anything like that. So that's really cool. And yeah, that's a update. Also, I'm getting the aquaponics setup going again very soon, and I'll show you guys how that all works out with the hydrotone and the bell siphon here, which is just this is the bell, and it's basically just an upcycled bottom of a bottle. That's the top of the bottle to make a funnel. And I'll show you how all this works once I get a new a mini fountain pump for that, so we can pump the water up and into the aquaponic setup. So let's uh let's go get some water real quick for the plants outside. The cats went outside, but I think they're all right. They don't go far. They kind of stay right there by the door. Hopefully they don't try to go chase any birds. Um, but yeah, since they're indoor, they don't go very far, or at least let's make sure that they don't. Hopefully they're not trying to escape any further than down the way. They usually try to hide behind our neighbors' trash cans, which are usually by the door, and which I don't like to keep the trash cans by the door. Ours are further away from our door. I'd rather keep them out at the street, but they it's hard to do so because then everyone else throws their trash in there and it fills it up. So, okay, you can see here. Let me show you the kitties real quick. Look it. So they just went to right here, right at the doorstep. Usually there's trash cans right here and they'll hide behind them, but there's no trash cans. So, and hopefully my neighbor isn't walking his dog without the leash and then chase the cats. All right, so here's the update, guys. We've got our corn, which has now got tufts up top, and will soon be. We need to get some of this pollen here, and we'll soon be able to then pollinate and make sure that we have corn and everything in here. So check it out. Let's take a look at the squash back here. So these are in the self-watering containers. I watered them yesterday. This one though, we need to water daily. So we're gonna water this one real quick. So this is for the corn. So I usually just fill it up and then I just let it overflow. It needs a whole gallon of water pretty much daily. It's a lot of corn growing there. Alright, and then we'll just recap that. I watered everything else yesterday. So you can see the tomato plant is growing really well. It's coming up above the cage here. Finally, it's like a foot over, and it has a lot of new flowers that are going to be coming up here really soon. You can also see, I never pointed this out, but you can see we have our solar set up here. There's even one up on the shelf up here, and one here, and one here, and one here. Kind of nicely hidden. So this is our little container garden here. We have some doTERRA, which as you can see, that's probably gonna unfold tonight, and we'll have a flower, our first flower from the doTERRA. And then we got the squash back here, and we have 2 squash and 2 flowers. I believe I saw another flower back here last night. Yeah, there's the other flower there. So you got your flowers. Hopefully I can pollinate those and get, because we don't have any bees and stuff, so I'm gonna have to try to self-pollinate all these and make sure that we do get some fruit and some squash. And so that's that. We got this little plant here, and look, the kitties are trying to go further and further. I'm gonna have to go and chase them back now. And then we have our goji berries, which I believe they've stopped producing. You can see that one's kind of dried up now. So they've kind of stopped producing, but there's got a lot of new ones coming up too. We got some beautiful purslane here on the side and our other corn. And let me go chase these kitties back because they're getting way too close to the front fence here. And we have our tulsi and our rosemary. Let's go chase some kitties real quick. Look at this brave kitty trying to get way too close. Hey, go inside. Go on. Go on. Oh, you caught a fish, a fly? I said a fish. All right, go inside. All right. So there you go, guys. That's our weekly update on our plants. This rosemary is actually looking really awesome. I may have to give this a bigger pot soon, but that's looking beautiful. Look at that, all the new growth on there. We're gonna have to start clipping that and helping it to promote its growth even further. But that's our weekly update. This is how you can grow plants, even if you're in a little tiny 2-bedroom, very small apartment. Collecting rainwater here. So we got rainwater here and here. And I really do need to do something about making sure we have even more plants going and just make this place look a lot better. But we got some plants growing, and that's how you do it here in a little 2-bedroom apartment. All right, thanks for watching. I'm gonna let y'all go. You guys have a beautiful day. I'm gonna eat one of these gojis. real quick. Let's get this one here. And we should probably, oh look, there's a couple back there. Should probably eat this one. That's all dried up, so don't go to waste. All right, you guys have a beautiful day. Love and blessings.